church boy with my dukes on weekends. Waking up at like 6, man, you don't get paid if you sleeping. Man, you don't know where I come from, you don't know what I've been through. Realize I don't say shit about all the bread that I sent you. You getting mad, I'm sitting back, I'm fucked up, I'm getting trash. Gotta go watch 2 gold chains and I go real like Trinidad. Trick, I'm the man, act like you know me. Popping off like a semi, man, I rap like it's loaded. I mean my crew hot, your crew not. We too sick, no flu shot. On this side, it's all big, man, I ain't dissing on Tupac. Just East Coast, all East Coast. These young bloods don't know better. Most of y'all got no chill, they'll get it poppin' in snow weather. Some kids just need love, they'll put in work for like no cheddar. Looking up to them dope boys, they got bands like Coachella. Yeah, just remember, I might have your girl for dinner. I'm the man year round, January to December.
She take me out of my place, but I stay in my zone. Look me right in my face, she can see through my soul. I said don't think about it, I said don't think about it. She take me out of my place, but I stay in my zone. Look me right in my face, she can see through my soul. I said don't think about it, I said don't think about it. She take me out of my place, but I stay in my zone. Look me right in my face, she can see through my soul. I said don't think about it, I said don't think about it. She take me out of my place, but I stay in my zone. Look me right in my face, she can see through my soul. I said don't think about it, I said don't think about it.
Your reflection in my wine glass, that's when I look away. Can't stand and think about losing your fine ass. How the fuck I let you slip away? Life for the party, but I'm dead inside. Kill my vibes, it was genocide. Hard to act like I've been alive. I'm trying to find where I identify. 1 time for the girl that got away, 2 times for the bub I'm about to spray, 3 times for the power that I pray to. Are you up there? Can you hear me? I know I fucked up, it's clear, see. 22, but I don't act like it clearly. And all this shit is a mirage. I'm just rapping for a cause. The life, the fame, the life's the game. We break the laws, don't like to change. Wanna win you back, but I hate to lose. I know that you're the one, but it's hard to choose. Too much whiskey in my red cup. Remember first day you wouldn't give it up. We had only scratched the surface, but I knew that you were worth it. Yeah, so I was patient. I bragged to my niggas, Joe Namath. I'm still with the niggas that I came with, but everything changed once the fame hit. Make it up, take you down, have a shot, I bought a round, play my songs, you like the sound. It's going down, it's going down. Let's drink coffee, watch passerbys, and prove to you I'm not the average guy. It's just my flaws that they magnify, and when it's real, you don't have to try. Another way, tomorrow is another day. Drugs take the pain away. Sometimes I wanna run away. I wish there was another way. Tomorrow is another day. Drugs take the pain away. Sometimes I wanna run away.
See, I don't know you at all, but I'm bout it. If you bout it, don't give a fuck if you're involved, cause I'm bout it. If you bout it, yeah. Don't act like you are doing a favor, but honestly I swear you're my savior, girl. And I don't know if I'll see you later, so I'm bout it. If you bout it, yeah. My head has been spinning, I might need a minute. I've been dying to kick it, so just come with if you with it. And this game that we're playing, you want me but won't say it. If I told you I'm leaving, you would be so devastated. Oh, and I don't want no bullshit excuse, like you ain't got no time for me, as if that shit was true. Just tell me how it is, how you want it. If you're down, want a summit, I got plans and you're one of them. Not trying to pretend. See, I don't know you at all, but I'm bout it. If you bout it, don't give a fuck if you're involved, cause I'm bout it. If you bout it, yeah. Don't act like you are doing a favor, but honestly I swear you're my savior, girl. And I don't know if I'll see you later, so I'm bout it. If you bout it, yeah.
Hold up, did you really think I'm bad it? Say she wanna leave, but it's way too crowded. But I'll vibe with you, I'm playing games, I ain't trying to lose. And if I take you back, I'ma kiss your neck. I could be your now, I could be your next. I could be the one to relieve your stress. When we talk about sex, she unzip that dress. Bless, maybe one day I could take it. Give it to me, cause I'm tired of waiting. I'm like the latest, #1 play on your playlist. Don't trip if these other girls play it. And I don't like to fight, you the type that I'd like to wife. Guy feeling like life is nice, at the movies eating Mike and Ike's. And if the price is right, then I guess I'm bout it.
See,
yeah.
I don't know you at all, but I'm bout it. If you bout it, don't give a fuck if you're involved, cause I'm bout it. If you bout it, yeah. Don't act like you are doing a favor, but honestly I swear you're my savior, girl. And I don't know if I'll see you later, so I'm bout it. If you bout it, yeah.
Champagne for breakfast, first things first, never put you second. Girl, don't be stressing, I forgot to mention I'm bad about it, don't be offended. I fucks with you cause you're down to earth. Got an ounce of perp if you're down to burn. You got a plan and you're still in school, or you got a man but that shit is cool, right? And if you like, you can stay for the night. Don't stay for the love, don't stay for the life. Know my name, then say it to me twice. Let me hear that shit, let me see that shit. You could be the one if you wanted to, or you got games, you could keep that shit. Girl, come and let me know what you wanna do.
Be who you wanna be. I will not blame you. Do what you wanna do. Don't wanna play you. If you would come with me, then I would take you anywhere you want to go. Yeah. Even if you're looking for the one, and I couldn't be him, you'd be sure to see in that I won't just go and take home anyone. I'm about you, girl. See, I don't know you at all, but I'm bout it. If you bout it, don't give a fuck if you're involved, cause I'm bout it. If you bout it, yeah. Don't act like you are doing a favor, but honestly I swear you're my savior, girl. And I don't know if I'll see you later, so I'm bout it. If you bout it, yeah.
Niggas must have forgot their alphabet. Let me explain. Here it goes. A is for ambition. Be what I wanna be. See past the situation that's in front of me. Doubters and enemies. F we say fuck them. The irony is they inspire me to love them. G is past go and ignite the cash flow. When H's is put your heart in whatever's your last hope. I is Zion's fire, but two light the fire. So we be the streets' #1 supplier. And jazz for them Jordans for my niggas when I make it. Give me 2 of those strange no-name kicks. Earth, wind, and fire type, elemental piece that resembles me. And it accounts for elemental P. You the track up like, oh, you impressed. Get your bread, kid, but never let it go to your head. That's S for success, to be the best. T is teach back what you learn, that's next. Cause you got the power, V for voluntary action. W is right out to life with a passion. X is expect to fail, why cease to dream? Even when you ain't catching them Z's, and that's the alphabet.
For so long, been surviving for so long. I know that good days will come. I've been trying for so long, been surviving for so long. I know that good days will come, they will come.
Yo, think they starting to follow me. So A is to attempt to be the change you wanna see, and D is to be different. But tell us what you mean. Like, are you one of them good guys, or you one of us fiends? Either way, you gotta eat. Elevate your mind, right? Cause F is for the fine life, and that's how you define life. But I say, G is get back to your home, and H is help the people that done help you along. Oh yeah, fuck it, we gon' back to F, cause that's for freedom. G is keep your good thoughts, cause buddy, you gon' need them. And H is if your hood stars, buddy, you gon' feed them. Cause it's bad enough when niggas get the check and get to leaving. J is for them jump offs, we wanted as kids. Looking through the glass, seeing the life we wanna live in. M is more money, more problems, and N-O is no P's, and that's pessimistic profits. Q, quit thinking, and R, you still with me, and S is stress less, and T is to infinity. U is that it's all about you, and that's why a nigga fucked around and left out I. VW is very wise, and X is this exam, but why lie? You got zip if you ain't got fam, and that's the alphabet.
For so long, been surviving for so long. I know that good days will come. I've been trying for so long, been surviving for so long. I know that good days will come, they will come. Trying for so long, been surviving for so long. They will come. Trying for so long, been surviving for so long. They will come. Trying for so long, been surviving for so long. I know that good days will come, they will come.
And welcome to Phoenix League A. Well, we're going to be launching Group B as Atlas takes on Atomic Esports. We're going to be on Overpass. Walking you through this is Retro. Ryan, how are you feeling about this? Yeah, and from my time as a player, especially when you look at teams that are by far favorites of the group, the remaining 3 teams in the group, their premise to like get a feel for each other before they actually play against each other, especially when they have no data on who their opponents are, is how well do they play against the best. So Atlas, say they can get 8 or 9 rounds against Atomic. Say Glitch Tech get about 10 or 11. Atlas know that Glitch Tech are a formidable team because they're roughly the same they got roughly the same rounds against Atomic, and Atomic becomes this kind of it sets the bar for the remaining teams in the group. Now, what I really want to see is, can a team upset them? We've seen teams that go into group as by far favorites. They end up being almost cocky and they don't want to show anything, so they kind of just run around in a pug play style. And even though Atlas, looking at that elo, they're definitely underdogs in this, they can easily punish Atomic. You don't need to be professionals to sit back, play passive, and work with standard defaults to punish over aggression.
Yeah, of course, and that's the thing, and especially in amateur CS as well, or at least in these lower tier tournaments, that you wouldn't really expect to see these dark horses come in and show off the skill and the talent that they actually have. So We've seen it before in this tournament specifically, where we've seen teams that are the underdogs that pulled through and managed to take these best of ones, and especially it being a best of one, it's a higher chance, I would argue, for them to actually surprise Atomic here, because Atlas, you know, they're not the greatest team in this group right now. But I mean, we can definitely see an upset today if we wish to, and I'm really intrigued to see this one. I'm really intrigued to see exactly how the Atlas side play. As for Atomic, I mean, going into this game, they're gonna believe that this one's very easy. And you know, as you said, you know, it doesn't take a great team to realise that you can play passive against these people and play very passive, and you could get the victory. And I think that's what we might be able to see today.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, from an analytical point of view, I do want to highlight the map of Overpass now. I think for both teams, this is actually a fairly good map, at least going by assumptions, because we don't know anything about either. When you look at ELO especially, Overpass is a map that can be played by anyone, but it takes a good team to play it well. The fast rotations mean that you can always have players on the site, you can always have bodies there. And it means that for T-side, they really have to get those executions nailed, or they have to have the confidence to take that site aggression. When you're going on A, you need to have the confidence to clear Dice to swing further and clear Optimus before that rotation comes in. If you have an execute, even better, you've got the smoke to kind of reduce the amount of angles you have to watch out for. And the same can be said for B-side. You need to clear that close angle on barrels, you need to clear water. And if you don't get that speed, and if you don't have that discipline, then you're absolutely going to get torn apart by these fast rotations towards Heaven, towards CT, and for either team, they can. It's a map of punishment essentially, rather than a map of learning it. And so I really want to see if Atlas are able to prepare properly for this.
Absolutely, and as you mentioned, those fast rotations are going to be a pain. So I think in this best of one, considering as a knife round, I think that it's very important to at least try and win that knife round, because that CT advantage could be the deciding benefactor for the win or the loss. Especially, you know, heading into this game, if Atlas were to secure this knife round and take that CT side, we could actually see an upset, and I wouldn't be surprised in saying that, because as of right now, we haven't seen anything from Atomic. We don't know how good they are on this map. We don't know anything realistically. So coming into this best of one, as you mentioned, with those quick rotations tied up with, you know, some fast executes, or if, you know, the lack of, could mean an upset could happen, and that's why I love this. I'm very excited to see how the game will play out, and exactly how this scoreline is going to end up being. As I do have the IP for you now. We head into the knife round. I apologise. I did just only receive it as the knife round went in. But we're going to transition into the game now. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in as of so far, as I turn the volume on. And it's perfect. We are live. Atomic Esports versus Atlas SM in the group stages. The best of one on Overpass. Today, Kremer and myself will be taking you through this one.
Yeah, and well, we're going to go knife round, smashing either way. It looks like Atomic have walked all over Atlas for this knife round. Must have been the only player who's able to find a kill, as Atomic, by a very clean knife round, are going to be deciding what side they want to stay on. Now, commonly we do see, of course, the favoured side being that CT side will be an instant pick for them. And I want to draw your attention to the utility. Atomic Esports, they've only gone for a defuse kit and 2 flashes. They've got armor, which means they're going for very aggressive plays. They do not want to let Atlas get onto the site because they don't have any retake utility. Atlas, on the other hand, going for a lot more util heavy. We've got that double nade, we've got the molly for backside, a smoke if they want to use it for an after plant. So they're really going a lot more prepared, and they'd stack towards Fountain, commonly used to try and get that player spots. However, Atomic stacking 3 players towards B. Atlas, the rush continues to come on forward as 4 players, actually, if you include the one setting up utility, gonna head up short. Execution comes out, the set piece to follow, as Atomic now have a site to defend.
Yeah, and it's going to be the immediately tag up there. He is going to fall there, but Daze, he's there. Found 3 already in the round. Flashy's there with 1, and Daze finds his 4th. A great hold on that A-bomb site, eliminating 4 players on his own. And Atlas, their execute, it went all well, and then Daze, he said no and came onto the site and absolutely rolled Atlas.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great 4K from Daze, and more importantly, they cancel that plant for Atlas. Now, usually we see a force buy on that second round. The only scenario that you can't really do that is when on the T side you don't get a plant, so this is a pretty heartbreaking round for them. They're going to run through that molly to try and get some control, but they're just going to get picked down by utility. It's not a significant amount of damage, but it's a warning. as that initial kill found by Atomic Esports. That first player going to fall. Second going to be lined up. That's a great headshot from, I think that's pronounced as Sven. Flashy going to get one of his own as he aggresses towards mid. Actually, fairly bold push as he finds another one. Firestorm's going to fall. It's all on J-Nock as he comes up from connector. Flashy making it 3, or 2, sorry, as he'll take him down. I apologize. Stan found one of his own in the crossfire there. 2-0 Atomic lead.
Yeah, this is a good start for Atomic. Of course, that was an eco round from Atlas, so it was highly expected that they were going to take this one. But the scout buy is actually staying for this round, and Sven is going to opt to save his $3,600, which could be a wise investment if he uses it correctly, and especially since he's now towards that long position, it could be very detrimental to Atlas here, as they seem to be edging towards that A bomb site. But Firestorm, a lovely kill there. It was assisted by an enemy flashbang onto his own teammate, but nonetheless, Atlas, they find themselves with a man advantage for the first time this game, and I'm interested to see how they abuse this.
Yeah, absolutely, and I like how Atomic, they've played a bit of a bonus here. They've only really got one M4 for defense, and so we see that because they've only got everything else, they are aggressing. Boston going to be able to take down Flashy, as Atlas now, they do have a 2-man advantage. They need to be careful not to give it up. They're going to push towards the A site. The scout and has a Sven will be that point of contact. Firestorm going to be tagged down by Daze. That should trigger a rotation back towards A as well. After Sven gets that point of contact. Now, right now, the best thing he can do is stay alive. If he can find one and fall back, that's all he has to do. He'll be flashed out of position. Atlas, their utility usage is perfect, actually. And Sven staying close, P250 in hand. He'll find that first player. Tapping down and as he finds Boston as well.
Oh
and
my
through
God.
the smoke, Stan's going to find JJ Nock. And, well, Atomic, they make it 3 in style. A 3 case for Sven as well, as they completely reset Atlas there. They're going to go back to the drawing board for what would be pistol and armor going into round 4.
Sven, I'm not sure if you understood that play there, but he aimed at the player that pushed through the smoke, and because obviously the inaccuracy with the moving P250 means he actually shot the other player, headshot through the smoke, but Flashy, he's there with the AWP. Quick tag up there. That's going to take Fogel to 20 health, and as you mentioned, Atlas are on an eco, so this is going to definitely sting. That grenade is good, but not good enough. It's going to tag J-Not rather than down to 50. He tries to line up more Sven, but taken down by that Desert Eagle, and Atomic have actually given up connector control here, and Atlas have taken advantage, and in fact, it might be an A split coming out here as the Atlas player group towards the banana position.
Yeah, without a doubt. And Atomic, they've done a really good job to fall back once they get a kill. They're not getting too aggressive. They've got a man advantage, but they're not committing too hard. Flashy going to find Boston. Goes into a man disadvantage for Atlas, and unfortunately, Boston was the player with the AK, so Atlas, they do only have Deagles. The best thing they can really hope for is 1 or 2 kills and maybe a plant, but they're going to do better. They're going to take the AWP. Flash is going to fall down. It goes into a 3v3. And for Atomic, that rotation's late. That's a bit undisciplined, as they do have 3 players towards that B site. It will trigger a very fast rotation. And J-Nock, he's going to hit all of this. He's going to hit all 3 players come forward and set up onto that A site. However, we're going to see the Hornak, I think that's how you say it, as well as Stan, turn back down towards that B site, not wanting to commit to anything too heavily. As see the rotation come forward, Atlas, it looks like they're going to be faking B as the bomb is going to be left to push up long. And I really like this as well from Atlas. They sell the fake. They are on an eco. All they have to do is get a plant. It doesn't matter if they lose the round. They're going to find that first player. Firestorm going to fall, but the plant will come down on the A site. 15 seconds remaining. And it goes into a 2 versus 3. Rax getting that plant and then getting into an aggro position as well. You can get the first player and fall away. This is going to be incredible for Atlas.
Yeah, this is already a great eco from them, as Rax does fall, but he has gained his team a lot of money with that bomb plant. But J-Nock, he's there, finding one. Unable to find the second. VR Hovac there is going to take a bit of damage, but of course the conversion wasn't there, and Atomic, they do find their 4th, but Atlas, I think that's an eco round that Atomic need to be careful of, because 3 kills and a bomb plant for Atlas is good damage, and especially with that money count now extremely high, Atlas can afford that, you know, the AWP armor full utility, and it's definitely going to be a pain for Atomic right now as they set up for quite a scary round here as Atlas. I think they found their footing in this game.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I've actually just seen the Twitch chat. It's pronounced for Horus. Thank you very much for that. Also for Horvats, sorry. As Sven in mid, just playing for info, and I really like how Atomic have been using info. They've just got info, and rather than just staying and fighting, they get a kill, they fall back, they get another kill, and they make Atlas pay for every bit of ground they take. As yeah, it goes into a utility game around mid-rounds. Both teams kind of ringing off nades where they can as they chip away at each other's health. However, nothing to be found just yet. Flashy though, that molly's actually perfect from Atlas, whether or not it was intended. Bottom has forced him away completely. As Rax opening up, fighting Days, Stan aggressing to try and find a trade. He'll find the first, almost find the second though, but Firestorm and Bottom responding in turn. As the kills go in favor of Atlas. A two-man disadvantage for Atomic as Sven actually on the complete opposite side of the map. It's all on the Horvath now. As he'll spot the first player, but J-Knock there to trade. And Atlas, they are on route to get their first round.
Yeah, great execute from them that came out, and it was very well played as well. The push onto short there, obviously Stan found himself one, but that trade was the most crucial point in that round. Had Atomic gained that second frag, short control would have been given up, and I feel like Atlas had a great chance of losing it. But they held their own there. Bottom did find himself 2 kills of his own. In fact, he was the player to hold the short control. And Atlas find their first round. And we were talking about this in the pre-game, that Atlas, if they find their footing in this game, and they abuse what they know against Atomic, we could actually see a close scoreline, or possibly the underdogs winning this one. And, I mean, so far, I wouldn't say it's going badly. Obviously, they lost the pistol round, so it was an immediate 2-0 loss. But their buy round seems to be going well, and it's just the executes that are failing them so far. But more success like this could be to follow.
And well, as Rax finds Sven, I'm really impressed with Atlas's use of utility right now. They've been forcing players away left, right, and center, and because Atomic have to respond with util on their own, we look at their buy, and well, as Rax finds another, they're left with a FAMAS in the Horvath, as well as, well, Rax on a third, actually. He is really, and what's amazing about this is it's discipline that's getting these kills. He's not doing any flashy plays. He's just holding angles and taking down players. Firestorm saving Bottom's life as he'll take down Days. It's all on Stand now, open hand, and he's going to look to save this. He's got exactly 0 in the bank, and Atomic, you know, they're starting to be pushed back. Atlas seem to have found what works, and they're just a matter of rinsing and repeating. Stan looking to find the first, he'll whiff his shot. Bottom swinging wide, the no-scope lands, but the second won't hit. Firestorm taking down Stan, and Atomic, they're down to just 2k. It's going to be an eco from them.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Rax, he didn't do anything flashy that round. He didn't do anything special. All he had to do was hold the angles and let the Atomic players peek into him. And I mean, it landed him with 3 very crucial frags for them to win that. You know, 3/5 of the kills is quite a considerable amount, especially in this situation where Atomic are now absolutely reset. Their money, none of them are above $2,300, and so they're definitely not at that buy threshold that they wish to be. So I expect for them either to take an eco here, because obviously this is the second round loss for them, so they'll be able to buy next one but with limited utility, or they can opt for a buy here, eco next, and then get a full buy on the next one. But for Atlas's economy, it's starting to build up. I mean, we can see Rax with 6.7k as I head over to the scoreboard. You can see that Atomic, they found their footing early in the game, but Atlas, they seem to be coming back as the scoreline edges out to 2-4 in favour of Atomic. But, I mean, there's plenty more to come, and I think Atlas, they're definitely going to give Atomic a run for their money here.
Yeah, without a doubt, and I couldn't agree more with everything you just said. The money especially is going to be a key point in this, because Overpass, a map where you commonly see double AWP setups, you commonly see AWPs on that T side getting those entries, and that was embodied by Rax there, just running out getting a 3k, and you can't support double AWP setups, you can't have these, you know, AWPs with utility buys if you can't build an economy. And of course, T side being the more favored, favored economically, we've actually seen Atlas, I think out of the 7 rounds or 6 rounds we've had, I think Atlas may have got about 4 or 5 bomb plants, so they're really playing the economic game, and it shows. We look at Rax, he's got 6.7, Firestorm on 4.4, J-Knock on 4.2 as well, and this is excluding the fact that if they lose this, they're still going to have money in the bank. Rax can buy another AWP. Fogel and Boston, they've fully bought here, so they're going to be able to buy as well. Atomic, on the other hand, you know, hovering around 2k, they're actually going to be leaning on loss bonus more than they will be actual economy.
Yeah, as we do head out of this this freeze time now, the 2-minute pause that teams get, they do get 5 of them, I think, so a total of 10-minute worth of pauses, which arguably is a long time, but teams, they do need this time to think things out, you know, talk through their strategy, especially Atomic calling that one. They're considering, you know what, we've just realised how good Atlas can actually be. I mean, they've absolutely deleted Atomic on these buy rounds, so they've got to be a lot more cautious, and we were saying this, that, you know, if Atlas were to play these defaults, play these smart plays without, you know, getting too flashy. Oh, the 6-man stand. Talk about an investment. $200 invested in the tases button. The squill is what gets me. J-Knock with a lovely first kill and turns around for the second flashy. Doesn't quite nail his shot, and he even opens the door and discovers another play. He doesn't know the last player's there, though, but Atomic, they find themselves in an unfortunate 2-on-4, but with pistols, I don't see it's going to be very likely, as Atlas, they seem to be looking to take their third.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think this is kind of signs of Atomic slipping a little bit. We saw that in water there. They had 2 players just shifting forward after contact was made in connector. Now, usually that's a 4-man crunch, where once contact's made by the 2 players in the cubby holes, the players from short open the door and get the kill. But the 2 players died, and they were still shifting in water. There wasn't any push. The short players just held back and kind of played a bit timidly, and that allowed Atlas to get that 2-man advantage. As, of course, bottom was traded out, successfully by Stan. And now Atomic with a 2-man disadvantage. All they can hope for is to either save this AK and maybe get the odd exit. But that's it.
Yeah, obviously the AK saved is going to definitely help in their economy, especially if Daze gets away with this one and keeps it. He's going to have a hefty amount of money to be saved heading into the next round. But as I mentioned, Atomic aren't in the best economical situation. That when they lose this round, that they're not going to have enough money to buy. The AK does find 2 frags. Wow. 3, in fact, Daze. Oh, J-Dog.
Whoa.
That was a clean deagle shot. I think that was mid-air as well. But here you can see, as I was mentioning, Atomic, they have no money to buy guns and utility. They have to sacrifice firepower and weapons for their utility. And you can see that they've done so now with 4 $3,000 rifles, and then obviously Vivek with the FAMAS there, so he can buy utility. Daze as well. But other than that, Atlas with a clean round. They do lose a few too many members, I would argue, for what was the final moments of that round. But still, as we mentioned, their economy is quite good, and as you mentioned, the economical game for them is working out for them as we head into round number 8.
Yeah, without a doubt. Bo going to have that point of contact on long. It's messy, but it works for Flashy. He takes out the first player. Rax fighting a trade on Sven. Boston coming up from toilets, and unfortunately, Atomic aggressing again without support. Boston swinging forward, pushing further. The Horvath going to fall, and well, Atomic now again another 2-man disadvantage, and they're trying to be aggressive, but they're just not doing it properly. We've seen that they've had 1-man pushes. We saw a suicide push up long there. Boston's going to find a third on Stan as he pushes forward. Granted, at that point, there wasn't really, it's more of a Hail Mary than a strat. As Daze now, he's got to save. There's no money in the bank of Atomic. And as they fall on back, Atlas are going to spiral and tie it up. Force of 4, and if they keep this up, they're going to take the lead.
Yeah, I mean, this is quite an interesting situation. Atlas, they're doing a great job of finding those frags, the picks that were coming in. Atomic, they did find an opening frag towards long, but that was quickly traded out. And Atlas, I feel like right now, Atomic aren't giving them respect that they deserve. As a team with lower elo than them, I feel like Atomic are playing this like they've already won their game. And you can see it in how they play. They're playing solo. They're trying to get the kills. They're trying to just play for the victory in the long run, rather than playing as a team. And you're definitely seeing that experience from Atlas as a team right now, showing through. As you can see, some great teamwork's always there for the trades. Sometimes it isn't as successful as they'd like, but as of right now, Atlas, they're performing very well and doing a great job of this whole teamwork scenario.
Yeah, and I agree entirely. What we see a lot of the time is when a team does... When you see an upset, the team that does badly is criticized rather than the team that does well for playing well. We're going to see Stan is going to find one in mid. Fogel going to be there to trade as Sven's going to push into toilets, hoping to maybe catch your player off guard. But Farstorm's going to find Horvath. Follow-up will be Atlas. A bit of a rotation towards this B site. It will mean Daze is going to be that lone player. I think Flash is going to come down towards Heaven. Daze, he'll tag out Firestorm. He'll get a bit of info. He knows that Atlas are probably sniffing towards B, but we're not going to see too much of a rotation come in just yet. And as I was saying, normally you see the team that's meant to be best criticized rather than the team that's meant to be worse credited. And Atlas, I love how they're playing at the moment. We look at the minimap. They're always going to be there for a trade. They always are around each other. They move around like a mob, just constantly probing left, right, center. And, their aim isn't the best, but it doesn't matter because they've got the numbers and they've got the quality to always be there to just keep shooting. Once one person falls, another's there to trade. And the fake's going to come in now, and it's caused a full rotation. Daze is going to head up towards A, and Atlas have got a free site on this B site. They've sold the fake beautifully. They had the numbers. Granted, I'm pretty sure Flashy would have heard them run away, but Atlas, absolutely incredible by them.
Yep, bomb plant as well, so it's now going to force Atomic that they're either going to have to go for the kills or they just save the Desert Eagles. And of course, if they can get a buy round next round, they can afford to throw the $700 pistols away as Sven rather do show us how to open things up, and in fact doubles up, and Flashy finds another one as well. So it's all left on Firestorm in a 1-on-3. Able to find the first and the second. He's going to duck back into the corner there to find the third, but Flashy, he's there to deny it, and Atomic, I think they just scrape away. They do find their fifth, and Atlas, they crumble in the after plant. Flashy, good double kill, the Deagle to open things up, and then afterwards, of course, the AK shot there in the 1-on-1 is going to grant Atomic their 5th round, and Atlas, they're going to fill that one, but the economy is there. It's backing them up very well, as Atlas have performed well so far. A bit of an unfortunate retake for the, or rather hold on the bomb plant for them, but Atomic shouldn't be discredited, especially since they have Deagles heading into that round, and done a great job in finding their 5th.
Yep, you look at Rax, he's invested 7k into this round, and Atlas really felt that, and I think they kind of got a bit undisciplined. Atomic now, a 4-man push towards A, and if Atlas push through this, they are screwed. Boss are going to be the first player. His teammates flashes there, he'll spot the first Flashy there to trade. He hopefully called this back to the rest of his team, and I need to see Fogel fall back right now. He's going to shift straight into Sven. He knows there's 4 players there. It'll be suicide. It doesn't matter. Fogel going to fall. Sven will take him down. The remaining players from Atlas are going to be shifting up towards B, so they do get the memo, as it will be Firestorm leading the charge. Coming up from Monster, and Horvath, he's just hiding. While he goes off, contact is made. He'll find one. J-Knock there to trade. 2 versus 4 now for Atlas. The plant will come down. They have CT control, but they don't have a plant for anywhere else. Dave's finding Rax. It's all on J-Knock. 1 versus 4. And to his credit, he's got to ABC. The issue is, though, that bomb is not planted for him, and he needs to kill players and quickly. Because the push comes up, I'm pretty sure he's just spotted by Daze there. Swing comes forward. J-Knock finds the first, and now he needs to find some more. Sven shifting forward with that AWP will be the next player to be spotted. Push comes forward. The AWP going to be tagged down. Player in heaven as well. Spotted. All these players actually falling fairly low, bar the diffuser. But he is just holding that defuse. It's a matter of time. And it goes off. J-Knock now looking to save, but Flashy will take him down. Atomic, they've found their pace, and now they're starting to pull away. 6-4 as they lead against Atlas.
Yeah, again, a good job from Atlas there. You know, they definitely thought that one through, especially with a very hard situation for them to get a bomb plant. And again, that B site basically left open by Atomic. Obviously, Vahorvac there was playing the passive play into the water of B bomb site, but again, Atomic gave up the bomb plant, but had a great retake in that situation. You know, didn't expect to get much out of it, but immediately they found themselves 2 frags, and it was left with J-Knock in a 1-on-4 situation. 1 kill was found and a lot of damage, but of course the bomb defuse will grant them a lot more money. Heading into this round, it looks like they're going to be able to buy up here, especially since J-Knock, he had $6,000 heading into this round. And so it should be no problem for Atlas, but this is a scary round for them, because if they lose this, it's a reset, and so I'd expect to see an 8-4 scoreline heading into the later part of this half.
Yeah, for sure. Atlas, they need to be careful. They did get that bit of momentum. They were able to tie it up, but Atomic are by all means not out of this. They demonstrated it in the last 2 rounds where they're able to get those retakes. They're able to just push forward and win the Angels with Atlas. And where Atlas's weaknesses is when they're split out and where they're just separated, and when the Angels go out against them. Atomic, that elo gain isn't from teamwork, it's from individual skill. You don't queue as a team when you play Face It. You queue as a bunch of friends, and you just go from there. And so that credits aim rather than teamwork. And that Atlas have shown that beautifully from the executions they've done, from the fakes they've sold. But when it comes to raw aim, they really need to be careful. So when these retakes come in, they just need to tuck in. They just need to hide and just get that bomb ticks down as low as humanly possible before the rotation comes through.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it right now, Atlas, they've got a lot of work cut out for them, considering the buy that they've gone for, the 4 AKs. But a Mac 10 on bottom means, you know, maybe we see a faster push from Atlas, rather than them playing the passive play, you know, the 3A or the 4A players that we are used to seeing from them. Maybe we see a fast B with that Mac 10 running up short, or, you know, an AK holding Monster while he pushes through. I'd expect Atlas right now with this buy, especially with the Mac 10, I would argue that they would have to push the B site, as I would say that that's the closer range site for the execute. As for the retake though, Bolton's going to be in a huge problem if he does stay alive, and by the looks of things, Atlas are going to be edging towards B, as I mentioned. Maybe that fast B play does come through.
Yeah, Absolutely. And it looks like it will be a fast beat. That's going to be a fast molly towards Brow's push comes forward. That's molly instantly smoked, but it's still doing a lot of damage. Dave's finding the first, and molly doing a lot of damage. Horak finds the second. J-Knock falling as the secondary smoke doesn't actually land. Atlas apparently showing signs of being a bit sloppy. Faststorm going to be tagged down. It's only 20 HP. The Ace is going to find him. Stan finding one more of its own, and it's all on Fogel, and this push has fallen apart for Atlas. The Horvath finding the last, and well, Atlas, unfortunately, I think that smoke fade through coming out of Monster hit a teammate, and it only extinguished the tail end of that fire rather than the full thing. It meant they took about what was almost 120 damage from just raw utility usage from Atomic, softening them up and allowing the M4s to just tear through them.
I mean, yeah, you can see on the score right now, Daze has 275 utility damage, much to the use of that Molotov that they threw in there. And Atomic, they are in a great situation right now, considering Atlas are on an eco round. But Stan, he's going to have his work out for him. He finds 2, 3, 4, but doesn't find the 5th. Fogel finds the trade, but Flashy, he's there for the trade with no problems. Atomic lose 1 player on the eco, and a great spray down from Stan means Atomic pull away with their 8th round. They secured themselves the half, but it's now how much they're going to lead by heading into their T side. Atlas, they need to pull their socks up if they wish to have a fighting chance, but of course they've got that favoured CT side coming up, so not all hope will be lost for them because, you know, they've still got that easier side ahead of them as we head into round 13.
Yeah, without a doubt, and well, you said it, that's their Stan. Great little 4K from him. Atlas now, they do have a little bit of a buy here. That's a little bit. They've got full utility. Unfortunately, they don't have an AWP, but J-Knock, Flashy, it's going to cause Flashy to go down to just 54 HP off the endeavors of a nade. So Atlas continue to push forward, but more importantly, Atomic. Their aggression's good. Unfortunately, Flashy going to be taken down in connector. Fogel getting that initial pick, but from behind, Sven with that AWP has shifted all the way into party. He knows the rotation is coming through for Horvath. As he aggresses right now, if he's able to get monster control, Atlas are actually going to be trapped in short, but Horvath pushing further, and for no reason really though, as Atlas, they're going to commit to this B-slap. They've got 2-man advantage, and the odds are in their favor. We need to see Daze go huge right now. The player's just going to walk straight past him. We'll spot the first. Fogel falling, turning around. Firestorm there for the trade. The 2 AWPs now in a retake. Stan going to be that point of contact. Boston going to take him down. Sven now with... He has money. He could go for this, but Stan doesn't. And if he loses this AWP, it's going to be Flashy who has to drop, and Atomic's economy that's going to suffer.
Yeah, and we were talking about this earlier, how Atomic, you know, not playing for those trades. That was a prime example of exactly what happened that round. Bottom closes things out. But as I was saying, effectively, Atomic gave up their 5-on-5 and put it to a 3-on-5. We saw a player push through Monster, and they had no trade play. There was no aggression from short to have that pincer play, nor did they have the trade play towards Monster. And additionally, that connector player, admittedly, Sven was able to shift that party, but again, he came up from top connector. Sven, he had no point of contact, no clue that they were there, and gave up that connector control. So immediately, Atomic found themselves in a 3-on-5, which, as of right now, I think that's why Atlas will take this one home, as we see a beautiful flashbang to open things up, and Sven even doubles up as he finds J-Knock. And Atomic, they seem to have found their footing again, but again, they seem to be going for those flashy solo plays rather than playing for that team play that Atlas have been demonstrating to us so far.
And Atomic, just the aggression unrelenting, as Atlas now going to fall to just 2 players remaining, both of them going to have scraping 30 HP combined, as... Well, there will be Fogel and Firestorm now to take on the wrath of Atomic Esports. And something I do like about Atomic is when they're aggressive, they don't stop. They don't know how to put the brakes on. And we saw for Horvath there going into Monster. I kind of disagreed with that anyway. I know it was last round, but I do just want to highlight it, which was if they'd communicated that they were up long and they knew that there were players in Connector, they knew the rotation was coming through, and they probably knew it was going to end up being B. Fortunately, they just didn't react fast enough. Atlas, go back to this round though, going to be in a 2 versus 4 with very little money. It wouldn't surprise me if we just see them save. We see them hovering around playground, and well, as Atomic hit 9 for Overpass especially, they're being CT sided, not that heavily CT sided, so like 10-5, 9-6, 8-7 halves, they're not too bad to have. I think Atomic, they're going to be fairly comfortable going onto this T side. They've got the rounds, and now it's just a matter of building the confidence going into the closing segments of this half.
Yeah, of course. So with this this ultimate round coming up here, the last round of the half, as time will expire, and of course that means Atlas won't get any money. So their buy is going to be a very, very shaky one, as Botany does have $3,600, but Firestorm, he'd only be able to drop a Galil at best, and Fogel will have no utility. So Atlas opting for the save rather than going for the for the frags and possibly ending up with a couple more kills and some more money in their bank accounts, they opt to, you know, drop these AKs and basically save them for the last round. As we head into round 15, Atomic 9-5 ahead. As you mentioned, those 10-5 halves are still winnable for Atlas, but a good standing for Atomic, as we see now the 4 push mid from Atomic. It's relentless aggression, as you mentioned last round, and Atlas, they're definitely feeling the wrath right now, as their nades have basically done all the work so far.
Yeah, that's perfect. Trades go back and forth, and I really like Atlas, actually, how they held firm and were able to keep those trades at least even. We see a lot of the time from Atomic, especially when they aggress well, and when they get that initial pick, they are only better at extending it further. So Atlas, keeping it into a 3v3, granted they don't have the HP advantage, but you look at the positional benefits from it, it's not the end of the world. For that going to be that lone player towards ABC will be the point of contact for any B play or any B presence either, as Atomic gambling for 2 players towards A. Firestorm is going to be the point of contact, and he needs to call that B relatively clear and fairly soon, or J-Knock's going to walk into Sven's AWP. He does. Sven gets the kill, and he's going to be able to fall back relatively scot-free, as Atlas now 1-man disadvantage, and they're running out of what would be utility if that smoke is thrown from Firestorm, as well as hope. Sven not rotating means that Rax is going to have a hell of a lot of trouble if he looks to get up long.
Yeah, especially with Sven falling back there with the AWP, he might be able to line up the shot, but it sounds like it just missed out. And Atlas so far, they've got to find the entry frags. Rax was there with the AWP, but it's all on Firestorm in a 1-on-2. The Galil in hand. The flashbang does come out for the Atomic side, but no conversion so far. He's still on 79 health and able to retrieve the bomb. He's going to try and plant it, but the players are just pressuring him to absolute hell. As Atomic, they do pick up the last round, and it's 10-5 on the scorecard so far. Atomic, I mean, they've delivered so far, as you can see. Days 16 and 8, a good 2 KD to start things off for him. Atlas maybe not found their footing in terms of frags, but we've seen how good their team play is. But will their CT side hold up as we head into the second half?
And we actually look at the utility buy here. Horvath going to have the util for Atomic, a fairly armor-heavy buy compared to Atlas's T side. They're going to be going on CT side as well. Be Smoke, Kit, Flash, and P250s dropped, as Atlas looks to go really aggressive into Connect. So Atomic, on the other hand, getting that A control. It will be heard by Atlas, so they are going to be in a position to defend it. But as the fallback comes through, it looks like Atomic have changed their mind. They're going to be pushing straight back towards this B site. It will be leaving Stan as the lurk player. And, well, with these players in Connect, they are either going to have the fastest rotate of their lives, or they're going to be in a world of hurt. As Stan, he'll spot that first player. He'll fall on back. J-Knock picking up the kill. Actually, he'll be dinked down to 3 HP. That's a bit unlucky. Stan actually finding Stan fighting.
Wow.
Stan fighting 2 there is something he shouldn't have done at all. He's going to continue aggressing. Sven finds one of his own. The remaining players coming out from Connector. Stan fighting one. Stan fighting another. That's a 4K from him. And he completely cleans up Atlas right there. And Atomic, that's the aggression we saw on that CT side. That's perfect. Stan, after fighting 2 players, after being tagged down, he continues aggressing. He goes straight down into Connector, and he keeps fighting. As we actually see a bit of BM in the chat from Atomic there onto Atlas, as they are going to be on just an eco going into this.
Yeah, and I think something to highlight there, that Atlas, they had no communication of the fact that that player from the you know, Ace, basically by Connector, was there, and no communication from Atlas meant that he was able to push down Connector and find some frags. Atlas arguing an eco here, and they do find 1, but it's in favour of 2 kills for the Atomic side. Those pistols are going to be gunning a couple of them down. Rax the last man left, but Daisy is able to find himself 3 in the round, and Atomic find themselves number 12, but at the cost of 2 SMGs. But I mean, looking at their money so far, they should have no problems buying back into this one. Atomic, their lead is extended 7 rounds ahead as we head into round 18.
Yeah, and well played to them. They've been very, very well with that Mac 10. Some money's been farmed, and actually Flashy holding on to his as well. I wouldn't surprise me if we see him try and nick a rifle with that. Atlas, credit where credit's due. Those USPs did do a lot of damage, and they did make it relatively good considering it is just an eco. But we look at the round deficit they have right now. They need rounds. They can't do with good. They need great. And well, Atomic, you see how disciplined they are. They're not giving Atlas an inch. They're uncharacteristically at least sitting back. How I say that, Sven's going to aggress onto bottom without a flash. He'll be taken down. Boston finding a second onto the Horvath, and Atlas now showing some signs of life as Boston in his excitement misses his nade, but that's okay. as there's no one left to try and catch it. As Atomic pushing up towards A. The point of contact will be Fogel. He's jump spotting, trying to catch the odd rotations that comes on through, baiting for Firestorm, who's going to be at the ready towards close toilets.
Something to note as well, Atomic, they lose 2 players early into the B site, and as you mentioned, there was no flash for either of them. Atomic basically, you know, peeking, no utility there, just trusting on their aim rather than helping, rather than assisted by their teammates. Firestorm, he's got such a good angle right now. He's able to find 2 with the trigger discipline. Turns around, stands there. He's able to pick him up though because of the low ammo in his weapon. And he switches to the M4 though. He's still got a lot of work to do with 26 health. Stan, he needs to find 2 more, and that bomb isn't in a great position as Atlas are able to retrieve it. That grenade might be good. It is not good enough, but the M4's there. Bottom finds himself 3 within the round. A good B Holden, able to clean up the last player on short as well. A good round from Atlas, and I think Atomic, they need to realise who they're messing with as we head into round 19. They've still got economy backing them, but they do decide to eco here. And Atlas aren't in the best of spaces considering that round win, as we can see no players above $2,000. So this could be an absolute eco breaker if Atlas don't win this one.
Yeah, for sure. And Atomic, they've only brought down to about 2-3k all around, so they are just going to look to try and force their way onto a site. As the flash goes off, and Atlas actually aggressing on Monster. We see them taking the tempo now, as with that flash goes off, the push should come in from Atomic just before that rotation comes through. Firestorm finding one Stan there to trade. It's a great shot as the push comes forward, and Stan being able to get close to sight is going to wreak havoc on that scout. He'll be taken down again. That's a 2k for Stan. As the planter comes down on Optimus, Atlas need to kickstart this rotate. Unfortunately, Bottom's taking the scenic route, as Rax will be the first point of contact, but Sven's behind him. And this is just falling apart for Atlas. Sven will take the head clean off of Rax. So remaining 2 players now coming up on the retake. J-Knock falling to days. It's all on Bottom. 1 versus 4. And as he sits back with his M4, it wouldn't surprise me if he does just try and get the odd exit, hold on to the M4, use the utility when it is needed most in the next round. As Atomic Esports leading 13-6. And if Atlas aren't careful, they're going to take this.
Yeah, I mean, Atlas crumbled that round. Basically all in their favour, but those deagles and the, you know, I think they had 1 Mac 10 saved into that round. Just worked out so perfectly for them. Atomic did a great job of what they had, and I mean, you can see how effective it was as they find their 13th. Atlas are now going to have to reply with an eco of their own, but this time not with the firepower that we saw from Atomic. Only 1 Desert Eagle invested, still 2 USPs, a CZ and a P250 are going to be up against the rifles of Atomic, and as of right now I don't really see a way that Atlas take this one home. That triple boost though might work out, but Stan, he's able to execute Rax onto this position, and now Atomic, they know another 2 are there, so they might be pushing into a push here, but Atomic, they seem to be handling it very well as Stan, he's able to double up with the M4, J-Knock able to find 1, but Flashy, he's there with a Mac 10, and it's all left on Bottom.
Yeah, and Stan right now, he's just been mopping up these eco rounds. We've seen he got 4k earlier in the game, and there you go, quick 3k Bottom. The player with that M4, he'll lose his head to the Horvath, and well, with that, Atomic are going to make it 14, and Atlas, they really, really need to find something that'll work. We're going to see 2 glass cannon AWPs come out on Rax and Firestorm, and for Atlas, it looks like this is just a Hail Mary. They've brought it down to 0. They lose this, they're going to lose the game. With pistols on Overpass, a map where Angels are so prevalent, you need the utility to support you. It's just going to be so difficult to win it with pistols. And, well, Atomic, I think they can smell blood in the water. We see Horvath going very aggressive towards Party alone. Fogel going to push through long to spot that first player, but unfortunately, he comes out on the bad end in terms of damage done. That nade stack as well towards J-Knock. Fortunately, it's just, or J-Knock, sorry. It's close, unfortunately, no cigar. Horvath going to take down Bottom. And with a 1-man disadvantage, Atlas, the rotation coming through right now towards that B site. They do just have to pick a site and stick to it, as J-Knock going to be that point of contact as he waits for those players to shift on forward. Flashy going to be that initial spot. They'll say Dave's actually going to find Firestorm. J-Knock going to fall down to 13 HP, and the remaining players from Atlas, it wouldn't surprise me if we see a save. Stan, the fire, will find J-Knock. The remaining player going to be a glass cannon AWP. Stan just accelerating forward to find Vogel. Sven finding the head of Rax, and Atomic Esports finding a 15th round against Atlas. Yeah,
1 round off that match point. Atlas, they did put up a great show on that CT, on on the T side rather, but their CT side isn't quite there, as they're going to have to force by heading into what could be the last round for them. Atomic Esports have done a great job in punishing Atlas. Their T side has been quite exceptional, but Atlas, they've still performed well, so nothing to discredit them, as we see Atomic have 4 AKs and an M4, but against an MP9, a Scout, and 3 Beagles, I don't see it happening. As Flashy, he's able to find one with the AK. Vilhorvac, that he's going to be pushing towards Monster. The tick there was heard, but Atlas, no response, meaning he can get up short. But speaking of getting up places, Daze has said, no way am I waiting for you, and he's just pushed Banana, no problems at all. Stan, he's there as well, and it's all left 2 on 4 now.
Actually, Rags and J-Knock finding 2 quick kills of their own, put it into a 3 versus 2 for Atomic. However, J-Knock with just 3 HP, as Sven will take down Rax, 3 HP and a Dream. So Nade goes off around him. He'll find one Stan going to be taken down, but 2 players now, they know where he is. They're hunting him down. The best thing he can hope is to outposition, especially when you're on such low HP, as we'll see him push on forward. Rotation comes down towards that B site. He might be able to catch off the planter, as he has been able to get past Sven. However, the issue with this means is that the plant, when it does go down, will mean that Sven can fight him from heaven, a very, very favored position. Volvac going to be spotted. Shot rings out. Volvac turning around, bringing off shots towards J-Knock. He'll be taken down. And Atomic Esports take it 16-6 against Atlas Gaming.
Yeah, Atlas, they tried their luck, and it was unfortunate for them. You know, we saw them pick up 6 rounds, which wasn't a bad result considering how you know, good Atomic are on paper. Obviously a 2.4k low team. They did a great job in trying to dismantle their CT side, but on that T side, I mean, you can see the dominance that Atomic displayed there. A great job all round, but unfortunately it was that Atlas lost this one. But I think that's all we've got time for today. You can go and follow us on Twitch here at Phoenix League A to catch up on all the other games when they go live. Additionally, you can subscribe to us on YouTube at Phoenix League, where you can pick up all of the VODs there. Additionally, you can follow us on Twitter to find out all the latest and join our Discord for upcoming matches. But other than that, that's all we've got time for. Thanks for joining me.
No worries. Again, thank you all so much for watching. And when's the next game, actually, for Group B, at least? Because I'm very curious to follow this group and just see just how they do.
I think I'll have a look now. It's quite soon. If I keep scrolling, I should be able to find the channel. Confirmed games. Group B. We have Group B, Friday the 28th. So tomorrow at 7 PM BST, we see Atomic Esports take on Glitch Tech Premise. If you're excited to watch that one, then do let us know. Who do you think is going to take that one? But other than that, that's all we've got time for tonight. That is the final game of this evening. But we'll be back tomorrow to cast some more games. Of course, maybe some unfamiliar faces to the channel, but we'll be here nonetheless. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in from home, from watching live, or from the VOD. We appreciate everyone, and that's all we've got for today. Thank you and goodbye.